Oh, shalom, my friends, and shalom, my enemies. This is your old pal, Rabbi Sol Solomon, the founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. And oh, am I thrilled, oh, am I delighted, oh, am I overjoyed to be having in the neighborhood on this Shabbos morning a playwright, an actress person, also a teacher of theater and things like that. Let me give you some background on our guest coming into the Zoom room as we speak, Deborah, aka Deb Margolin. So, first of all, important thing that she spent her early years as a theater maker with a troupe called Split Britches. This was a lesbian sort of avant-garde troupe that they're still together. Well, two of them are still together. She's not with them. We'll ask her about this. But anyway, it's been a very acclaimed troupe that worked in downtown Manhattan off-off-Broadway. She won, Deb Margolin did, a Sustained Excellence Obie Award in 2005. And she also won the Kesselring Prize for a play that she wrote called 3 Seconds in the Key about her battle with a certain rather terrible disease. She is currently an associate professor at Yale University, and she has taught at NYU and at the University of South Florida and at Penn State University and the University of Texas at Austin. I'm guessing she may have spent a day at Nassau Community College too. I just don't see that on her resume. But she has literally this long list of plays that she has devised and created and written and appeared in. We're trying to get her in the neighborhood. She was waiting there patiently. She was in the room, and I'm wondering if she's just having issues trying to log in or log on. I'm hoping not. Let me just get rid of this so that I'm maybe making things more difficult for her to come in and see us. So hold on. Oh, okay, here we go. So among her...
I'm so sorry. I had computer problems.
Oh, don't we all? I mean, I'm telling you, everybody I know, they're working on abacuses from the 1950s. But
I swear.
No, we believe you. And thank you for apologizing. And thank you for coming out of the shower to talk to us on the show. If you could just your computer there a little.
Can you see my weird face or not?
Well, I can see just below your nose and occasionally.
Oh.
So if you could maybe just do a little the tiltage.
Does that help?
No, I see a lamp. If you can just go the other.
I can see a lamp.
Oh, your boobs. This is good. Hello. That's
my boobs. What about this?
That's perfect. We can see a little more boob. So tilt a little, and you've got a little less headroom. No, the other way. Other way. There we go. All right, we're fine. We're going. You look beautiful. You look fantastic. And so this is Deb Margolin. Can you believe I'm talking to someone who teaches at Yale? And
ladies and gentlemen.
Who is what?
What? Huh?
I'm sorry, I missed.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, who is that? I should recognize, because literarily I'm an idiot. The picture behind you, or the ink drawing behind you, I assume that's a famous literary figure on the lavender-colored thing on the wall?
It is not. It is a beautiful painting by a dear friend of mine that I bought from her, Robin Cappy.
And is it of anyone in particular, or is it just a...
It's just a random model, but it spoke to me of a friend from long ago and all the complexity of that. So I needed to buy it from her, and I did.
Excellent. This is, I'm just curious. And then it looks like you have a crossword puzzle next to that, or that might be another piece of art, like those tree sort of acrostic things. What is that? The black...
Oh, actually, that's a picture you can't see because of the glare. It's a picture of a bluebird entering its nest, the father bluebird. It's really beautiful.
Oh, yay. Okay. Now, and it is beautiful to have you, Deb Margolin, in with us in the neighborhood. The one thing that we didn't get to say is that your new play, This Is Not a Time of Peace, certainly isn't, is going to be at Theater Row Theater. It's already playing there.
It's there.
A couple of days ago, running through mid-March. Theater Row Theater, of course, on Theater Row, over on West 42nd between 9th and 10th. So even though people might assume that with your title, it has something to do with the Middle East right now, it isn't at all. It's a whole different story. What is your play about?
My play is about, it was inspired by the way in which my father's having been blacklisted during the McCarthy era came back to haunt him later in his life. My father, of recent late memory, he died less than a year ago. His yahrzeit is coming. My father knew I was writing this play. He lost his security clearance. My father was a professor of metallurgical engineering. He was known for his work in titanium, which is a very light, strong metal used in aircraft for 50 years, civilian and military aircraft. When he lost his security clearance, he lost his government research. And he got it back again with the help of Adolph Burley. Adolph Burley was Undersecretary of State to FDR and wrote many of his most famous speeches. And my father somehow got the pro bono assistance of this man. With the help of an intern, I was able to get papers out of the FDR library, which showed the correspondence between these two. So, but this is just the core, the base. Then what I really want, the major dramatic question of this play is, who are these madmen that recur again and again using very similar language, and othering people in order to gain power, calling people vermin, saying we need to cleanse the world of these people. Why are we drawn to these madmen? The protagonist, who is trying to save her father from the horror of his memories, which is causing him to stop eating and drinking, etc. My father ate and drank and feared death terribly. This is a work of fiction.
I mean, there's basis in your life and your father's
There's
life.
historical basis and there's personal basis, but it is a work of fiction. The protagonist is angry that her father has been so betrayed by his country, i.e. Joe McCarthy, who plays a major role in this play, but who is speaking from history. She is angry that her country has betrayed her father, but meanwhile, she is betraying her husband and daughter as she conducts a torrid affair with a man whom she calls a madman. And she asks us at the beginning of the play, who are these madmen that recur again and again, and why do we follow them? She is placing herself, she is comparing her moral behavior, noticing that it's one thing to have certain moral beliefs, and it's another thing to have certain moral behavior. And who are we as a species that we are drawn to the strong man? That's really one of the major dramatic questions.
Well, I can answer that. Not everybody's a born leader. People want safety, they want security, and they
exactly
want people to take care of them. This is
yes. Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
and they don't care at whose expense they get this. You know, it's a human trope, and it's about being Jewish too. It's about being a Jew in a Christian world. McCarthy talks about the forces of atheist communism versus Christianity, Christian nationalism. He directly uses that language. He also says, McCarthy says, we will, as a great historical figure once said, when a great democracy falls, it will not be because of enemies from without, but rather because of enemies from within. Have you heard that language recently? I have.
Oh yeah, and let's face it, the enemy from within is probably Verizon, but or
I hate Verizon.
See, there you go.
I hate them.
And let me guess. I'm guessing that in November you're probably not voting for Trump. Is this a?
You know what? I have to tell you a story.
Please.
I'm a crossword puzzle addict. I had broken my kneecap and I had an appointment with the orthopedic surgeon there who had already done the surgery. He was a bad guy. Don't ask about him. But anyway, there was this Hasidic man there.
Yeah.
I had to leave too early to take the Times crossword. And this Hasidic man had the puzzle open, and I'm staring at his puzzle, staring at it hungrily, like someone who hasn't eaten in 3 months. And he says, "You want the puzzle?" I said, "Well, sir, yes, I do." He said, "Well, my wife won't like it, but I'll give it to you if you give me 2 things. Yes, sir. What are those things? First, you pray for me. You have to pray for me. Okay, I said, what is your name? He told me his name. I said, tonight, I will pray for you. Do I need to say a mishabera, or are you well? What shall I do? Just pray for me. Okay, good. I wrote down his name. What's the second thing?
Oh, no. Uh-oh. No. Oh, no.
You have to vote for Donald Trump. I said, why should I vote for him? Why should I vote for him? Tell me, sir, why you would ask me to do that. He's good. He's a nice man. He's a Jewish man. I don't know what he said.
Yeah,
I said, listen, I'm going to acknowledge a low part of my character. I said, okay. And I did the puzzle. There were answers in there already, and they were wrong, and I had to cross them out. That's how much of a puzzle addict I am. I betrayed my morals to get that puzzle.
Well, wait a minute. Are you actually going to lift the lever on November?
You could put a gun to my head. I would not lift the lever for this man.
So morally, you lied to a chassid. Did you pray to him for him at least? Did you give him a nice prayer that night? At least that.
1 out of 2 ain't bad. Come on, Dave. Davidol. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
First of all, my name is Sol. I'm Rabbi Sol Solomon.
But you're Dave Davidol.
Okay, maybe to you, but to me, I'm Sol. Anyway, but
Sol, listen.
Yes.
I lied to this man. I lied to him. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, no, he seemed. But this is the thing. This is the nice guy. And let's face. We can go. We'll go there a little bit. I mean, let's face it. When Donald Trump was in office, Russia was not in the Ukraine, and there were 1,200 Israelis not dead, thanks to Hamas. So, as much as we like Biden and he's left wing and he's a liberal progressive, things were a little better and safer under you know who.
Okay, listen. Are you going to vote for you know who? Are you going to vote for him?
I don't know who I'm going to vote.
Wait a minute, Saul. We have to talk about this.
Yes. Okay.
Are you thinking of pulling a lever for a man who grabs women's genitals?
I grab women's genitals. I sometimes ask permission. I hand them $5, but occasionally I like honk, and it's like, yeah, please. No, I mean,
are you willing to vote for a man who is taking women's reproductive rights away from them? Appointed people to the Supreme Court who are now questioning contraception, women's right to contraception. Really? Really going to do that? Okay.
Well, let me ask you, are you going to vote for a man who's probably either going to be dead or senile in 2 years?
Okay, well, it is a problem. We don't have good options, but I would not pull the lever for what's his name. I would not pull the lever for Donald Trump.
But what about, let's say Donald Trump doesn't get on the ballot because he's going to be convicted of 20 more other horrible things, right? So he doesn't even get to run because he might be in jail. This could happen. So instead we have Nikki, right? Because she's waiting. She's waiting in the wings for Donald Trump to do something unbelievably stupid, which he will, or to go to prison, which he probably might. So then you've got a more rational but still anti-abortion, anti-whatever person in whom you know?
Excuse me, just 1 sec.
I chased everybody off. And I didn't even grab her genitals. We're talking with Deborah Margolin here in the neighborhood. She is the authoress of This Is Not a Time of Peace, which is about the blacklist and about the repercussions of the blacklist and morality.
It's about history speaking to us about epigenetic trauma, about history speaking to us from the past.
Now we can tell she's from Yale because she just used the word. I've never.
Epigenetic, it means, listen, if no one told me about the Holocaust, I would have been born knowing it anyway, because of the trauma I inherit in my body. That's what epigenetic means.
Well, what do you say to people that Jews have been harping on the Holocaust for 80 years? And they're like, it was 75 years ago. Shut the fuck up. Go talk about something else. They don't understand.
No, they don't. They do not understand.
Agree on something. This is amazing. Because
my husband's aunt had numbers on her arm.
What? Sorry, I missed.
My husband's aunt had numbers tattooed on her arm. I mean.
Yeah, but she did that 2 weeks ago, and it was like She just got drunk.
Yeah. Yep.
So you are obviously seriously Jewish. I'm more Jewish perhaps than I am, and I'm wearing this. But so were you born? Did you grow up Orthodox?
No, I grew up in my parents, I grew up in a Reform household, but my parents sent us to a Yiddish Sunday school, where as little kids, I was 4 years old watching babies being thrown up in the air and shot.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
this was not Steven Spielberg. Okay, this was actual Holocaust footage.
Yeah.
Sorry
Third
about this.
grade.
My computer's about to get crank.
Oh, make sure you gotta plug the.
I gotta plug it in.
Yeah.
Okay. And seeing very skeletal people digging a grave and then being shot and falling into it. I grew up seeing this. But you know what? Even if I hadn't grown up seeing, my parents spoke Yiddish in the house when they didn't want us to know what was going on. They were first generation Americans, my parents.
And my parents did the same thing, but they did Cantonese, so they knew they could order Chinese on Friday nights.
Okay, that's good. It's helpful. I bet you got some egg rolls.
And then I got a Chinese dictionary, and they switched to Finnish, which I did. Anywho, but so this is inside you. How does it feel? And we might be on polar opposites again on this. I don't know. You're at Yale. You're at the Ivy League, which has come under quite a lot of fire. Harvard, obviously, more than some of the others, in terms of being places where Jews don't really feel particularly comfortable right now.
No, we don't. No, we don't. And you know what? We never do. That's the truth. We never do. It's so interesting to me how invisible anti-Semitism really is. It's so interesting. Jews are doing fine. Jews don't have any problems. There's no issue with being Jews. You can say everybody seems to understand, at least pay lip service to the struggle of Black and brown people. Jews are fine. There's no anti-Semitism. There's none of that. And it is not a comfortable place. It's just not comfortable.
Because they think
the whole thing, no matter what people feel about the Gaza situation, the Palestine-Israel situation, it's a real safe place to tuck a dislike of Jews that you had before any such thing took place. This is why I am very uncomfortable. I am very uncomfortable now. I don't know how opposite our positions are on this, really.
Well, no. I mean, I'm all the way with you on this. I'm not sure how you feel in terms of Israel and Gaza. I'm like straight up Zionist. Like, we have this little country for Jews. It's a Jewish homeland. So if you're not comfortable living there, go pack your bags, get the fuck out.
Have you listened to Michael Rappaport going on?
No. Who's Michael? What, please?
Michael Rappaport is this guy who's like, stand up, Jews. Come on, mofos. Like, and he had this whole bunch of people. Am I allowed to curse?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. Save Palestine. And all the kids sing, Save Palestine from fucking Hamas, from fucking Hamas. Like, yeah, he's all over this. He's like, stand up, Jews. This other one, come on. They say we run the world. Well, we could. We're that smart. You think we run the banks? We could. You think we run Hollywood? We're perfectly capable of it. Bite me. This is Michael Rappaport. You should look into him.
I love this man. I don't even know who he is, but I love him now.
He's an actor. And it's like very hard. You have to kind of hide your... I don't feel like the most comfortable person right now as a Jew. I don't.
But you have not. Have you in your entire life undergone direct anti-Semitic? Have you ever really had an anti-Semitic incident or slur?
Absolutely. I was accused of killing Christ, countless times as a young person.
I mean, we did, and we're proud of it. Yes, he was an asshole. He goes into a temple. Nobody asked him. He starts throwing tables around. That stupid son of a bitch. You weren't invited. Come on, get out of here. Well,
in Europe, somebody got me up against a wall, by the shirt like a criminal. I mean, look, okay, mostly, I have had to educate my children You know, they live in a world where my daughter gets it. My son, sometimes I said, you better acknowledge the existence of anti-Semitism before someone forces you to do so. Be conscious, son. Be conscious. You know, both my children are solid Jews. You know, we're Jews. Look, we're solid Jews, and
I'm
that's
a
it.
more amorphous kind of Jew, but you know, that's more epigenetic on my part. I don't know what that means. I'm just throwing
Hey,
words around.
epigenetic. Look at me. Epigenetic.
I didn't mispronounce it.
Okay, I'm
Epigenetic.
just saying it sounded a little mushy.
All right, you're right. It was a little mushy. Epigenetic. Huh? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So let me ask you also. You got your start. I mean, we're going all over the place, but you got your start with Split Britches, which is I kind of assumed is a lesbian troupe, right?
It was the two other women with whom I was in this traveling feminist theater company were solid lesbians. I support anyone's right to be whatever they are. I don't care.
Oh, but you're not, or you're bi. I don't know what.
No, I'm not bi. You can't.
I don't know what you are.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just being funny. I am, you know, can call it a congenital defect if you want. I am married to a man for 33 years now.
I think that's wonderful. It's not wonderful.
No, it's niche to hear, niche to hear. But I am not a lesbian. I would, you know, people thought I was a lesbian. I didn't care.
How did you wind up then with a wall?
Look, this is me. I was raised in an entirely African-American neighborhood. I end up founding a lesbian theater. This is me. I don't blend. I don't blend.
This we can kind of tell, which I love about you already.
What? Excuse me? Okay, look, you know, people can't deal with tough old Jewish ladies. They just can't. But you're different. You're doing very well.
Thank you ever so much. Oh, I got complimented. This is good. Can you get me into Yale, by the way?
Yeah, no problem. I have a lot of power. Like all Jews. Jews run the world. I can get you in there.
Yes. I think I want to be president of. Well, can you make me president of Harvard? I do a better job than the previous chick, but I don't know what that means.
That's not saying much. Now, the thing about talking about Zionism, if we could talk about that for a minute.
Go ahead.
When I was over at one of my plays was translated into Hebrew, and I performed in it with a bunch of people from the University of Tel Aviv, where I got one of 2 times where I ever made a wisecrack at the time it was called for. I'm old, and that only happened twice. Usually I think of the remark a week later, a month later. I got it right then, and I'll get back to that. But when I was in Israel, I spoke to a lot of people. I wanted to know how people were feeling over there. A lot of people were scratching their heads over, these are Jewish people, of course. Even the heroin addicts at the laundromat were Jews. Everybody was a Jew. It was incredible. The cab driver's a Jew. The heroin addict in the laundromat, the professor.
No, he was half Jewish. So the half that did the heroin was actually Episcopalian. The other half, the nice half, was Jewish. But okay, continue. Yes.
Anyway, that was amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, people were scratching their heads over the contradiction they were living, which was that of a democracy and a Jewish state. That felt contradictory, and it feels contradictory to me. In a democracy, any drunk or asshole can come over, get a job, do the best they can. So it is an inherently contradictory and difficult situation. The fact that Israel exists, the fact that Jews were just marched and killed and decided, you know what, that's it. You know, we've had enough. We're going, Eretz Israel, we're going there. This is our place, fuck off. Okay, so that is not that hard to understand. Things have become complex. First of all, because of the inherent contradiction of being a democracy and being a Jewish state. And secondly, I am a mother. People came out of my body. I gave birth to people. I don't like killing people. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like seeing that woman and her son and their dog lying dead in the street of Gaza. That woman's just some lady like me.
I didn't even see that photograph. If I say, I would have chuckled a little bit, but okay, yeah.
Okay, but no, I don't feel the way you do about that. I value life. Jews value life. Okay, this goes against my values. It goes Hamas. That's how I feel about Hamas.
Yes, of course.
Hamas, disgusting. They are, all these kids who think Hamas is so great, these kids are ignoramuses. These kids are ignorant. All these woke kids Hamas is misogynist, racist, anti-Semitic, transphobic, homophobic. Oh, you think you're
They
so
also
woke?
don't smell very good. If you've ever been next to one, it's garlic. Yeah. And I usually
Anyway,
like garlic.
but that said, I don't like.
Well, do you believe in revenge? Do you believe that there was an attack on October 6th or 7th, whatever it was, and that, in order to clear the pipes, and I will use the word that you don't like, vermin, in order to clear the land of vermin, you send in the exterminators.
See, this is hard for me. Now you're getting on that same. Here's the trouble. We get to the same place where we can't see anyone's humanity. Look, the Hamas, free Palestine from fucking Hamas. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But
Okay.
until they do, we have to do that for them, which is what we're doing right now.
Okay, but there's too many people dying. There's too many people. It's not okay with me.
Why are they still there? The war has been going on for 3-4 months now. Why are there any?
Because no one will help them. No one will take them. Egypt won't take them. None of these people will take them. Granted, all of that's right. All of that's right. And look, Israel's there. They're there. They're queer. Get it. Oh, get used to it. Okay. That said, I don't like innocent people being killed. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I will say that I don't like the idea of innocent people being killed.
But it's happening en masse.
What?
And it's giving people such a huge excuse to hate Jews, which they already did anyway. Okay, it's okay. Forget the public relations aspect of how it looks to see all these dead people and pin it on Jews. Okay,
but why are the people still there?
well,
Israel gave. They warned people instead of just saying, "Oh, we just got bombed. We're going to bomb in 10 seconds." No, they gave Palestinians.
They have also bombed places they told people to go. They bombed places they told people to go. It's a mess. It's a mess.
The country, period. They should have gotten out of Gaza. They should have gone to, they should have, like we have our borders that we can't control. What? They couldn't just swarm into Egypt. They couldn't just swarm into Jordan. They couldn't have just gone to Libya. They had a week to clear out and leave the terrorists in the tunnels. And then Israel would just come in, flush out the tunnels, turn the whole fucking place into a parking lot, and then invite the Arabs back who can live peacefully. Instead, they stay. They're like, oh, yeah, this is my home. I'm not going to, there might be soldiers coming. I'm sorry. But if they're stupid enough to stay, you're stupid enough to die.
Okay, well, we just feel differently about this. Yeah. It's not about being, I don't know where I'd go if they told me.
Anywhere.
And the other thing in Israel already is that my marriage would not be considered legitimate because it's not an Orthodox marriage. They're getting very right-wing over there. I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like Bibi. I don't like him. I don't. To me, he's just another one of my boyfriend, Donald Trump. That's what he is to me. He's just another guy accused of serious crimes, trying to keep himself out of prison. Bibi's in trouble legally.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I don't like his approach to allying himself with extremely right-wing people. They're blocking women from going into places. It's not a good right-wing turn. I don't like the right wing.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
So, I'm not a fan of his. And I feel heartbroken about this, Saul, because I used to feel like, here's what I used to feel like. If they start marching in this country, I'll just go over to Israel. That's how I used to feel. It was like, if they march, I'll just get on a thing and I'll get out of here. Now, I don't feel like I'm welcome there either.
No. It's still the homeland. It's still the Orthodox ultra-Orthodox over there will rail, like, it can't touch the Wailing Wall, but sure, you're a Jew, come on in. I mean, which is different from an Arab who would cut your tits off. You know, that is different. And this is why Jews, Arabs, Egypt may not want the Palestinians. All these other countries and these African countries may not want the Palestinians, but they're Muslims. They can go there maybe. Arabs can come to Israel, live. Jews can't go any fucking where else safely and just live. Unless it's the United States and we have and Canada. Anywhere else, you don't know. Did you see the Broadway play? It was off-Broadway, Prayer for the French Republic?
If somebody else was talking about it, I haven't seen it. I know what it's about.
Yes. So, but there's a scene in there where they give a list. It's like, let's see other places Jews can live. Let's just go down the list. Let's just go down the map. Let's start with A. Afghanistan. Well, fuck no. Algeria. No. No. As opposed to Muslim Arabs, it's like, well, this is a country for that. Here's a country for that. Here's a country. Oh, this is African, but they're all Muslim. It's like, that's why Israel has to be protected and safe. And when it is attacked, you don't just say, oh, eye for an eye. You take 12 eyes. And if those 12 eyes is whatever Hamas is lying about, 20,000 dead, 29,000 dead, it's probably 3,000 dead, probably. Then that's what it is to keep the country for us, because we got nowhere else.
I don't know. I feel like Israel's really being threatened by this war. I feel like it's being threatened by this war. This war is threatening Israel. I feel like Netanyahu's stewardship of this country has been very, very bad. First of all, how did this attack happen at all? You tell me how this happened. Here we are.
Could be impeached. I'm like, who was asleep at the wheel?
Well, what was there even a wheel? I've never heard of something like this.
Well, no, the Yom Kippur War, which we should have learned from. How did it was Yom Kippur, so everybody was off, the soldiers were, and the Arabs took that opportunity, as they would, to attack.
Well, there is no such excuse here. And,
right.
And a woman had reported that she had, have you read about this? The woman who let them know that this was what Hamas was working on. You should look this up if you haven't. They were informed. They were informed about this. No, it's just some woman telling us some shit. She described exactly what they were working on. If you doubt what I'm saying, look it up.
Well, I've heard about this, and Netanyahu and the IDF should have, like, hello, at least.
Nope, nothing. They dismissed the whole thing. Right. Dismissed it. Just like George Bush was told they were planning a big attack here. Oh, well, let's not even talk about that. But,
well, Bush was a piece of garbage, but okay, yeah.
So I have a lot of issues with what's going on over there. And I feel homeless. As the protagonist in my play says, I feel homeless. I don't.
Well, hold on. There's always Cedarhurst. So
thank you. I forgot.
When Israel goes, there will always be a Cedarhurst.
Thank you, dear. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate it. I appreciate this conversation. It's an important conversation that I can only have with a Jew.
I know, right?
Okay, I'm not going to have this conversation with Yenim. I'm going to have it with you, because I don't feel safe having this conversation anywhere else. Even if you and I don't agree, it's okay.
But what about other Jews at Yale or in your department? I assume there's still some Jews in academia who haven't thrown up their hands, seeing some idiot students with Gaza signs and say, well, fuck this, I'm retiring. But I assume you can talk sort of like this, maybe not during in-person meeting, a chair committee.
No, meeting. I can. I have beautiful colleagues, honestly. I do not feel up at school any othering. I feel welcome. I feel comfortable. I feel safe. I'm glad I wasn't at one of those schools where they blocked this Jewish lady from going into her classroom. I have not had any of that at my university. Now, there was a huge student protest walkout, etc. I was not on campus when that happened. I'm not teaching the semester. This is a sort of off semester for me.
Sabbatical? Mazel tov.
Thank you. Because I'm getting a show up, and you haven't come to see. You have to come see this play.
I want to, of course, I want to see it. I read it. I mean, we happen to be here at the moment in Maryland because I have a restraining order of coming back to New York.
Okay, well, get your chuchas up here. I have a lawyer. I'll get you back up here.
By the way, the show that she is talking about is called "This Is Not a Time of Peace." It is running now through March 16th at the Theater Row Theater on 410 West.
And it's really about all these men. It's about Hitler. It's about McCarthy. It's about the reiteration again and again through history of madmen, of which, no matter what, I consider Donald Trump to be one. The man is batshit. The man is not.
Absolutely. Yes.
I do not feel. I mean, how do you feel about NATO? Do you feel like letting that whole thing go? Do you feel like?
I mean, or with the UN, I cannot. This idea of defunding the United Nations because all they do is vote against Israel and cause us problems. Are they really doing anything good? For 40 years, Jews have been wondering what the fuck the UN is about. Feeding some starving children. I'm a little on board with that. I'll sing some candy, but I don't know. I mean, NATO, I don't know enough about to respond directly to that question. I haven't.
We're talking about the alliance of the United States with England, with France, with Germany, with other European Western European countries in a sort of military alliance, such that when the United States was attacked, all these countries sent people, into the Middle East to avenge it. That's what we're talking about.
Right, and Trump is sort of breaking these alliances, although we're the United States. We're still the big boys on the block. We can make individual deals with all these countries.
We're kind of losing that.
World War I,
Okay, let me just talk to you, Sol.
Oh, yeah, please.
Would you vote for my boyfriend, Donald Trump? Would you vote for him? Would you pull the lever?
That's a half hour ago. Would I vote for him? I have not definitely said no. Okay, I know you hate you're probably going to just shut your computer now, but I cannot definitively say, depending on what Biden does, because Biden has been very good to Israel. Whatever his speeching is, he's been very good to Israel, and the country's been in good financial shape despite inflation. It's not been a bad 3 years under Joe Biden, and people actually really, really do vote with their pocketbooks, and they were very angry about the anti-abortion stuff with the Supreme Court. So, yes, I may very well vote for Senile Joe, but I'm not saying 90, I'm not saying 100%. I'm saying maybe 90, because it all depends what happens in the next 6 months. I don't know. I know you're looking at me like, how can I vote?
No, I'm listening. I'm just listening.
Look at what's his name? Rudolph Giuliani, a nutburger. But he was one of the best mayors that New York ever had when he was and then he went a little bonkers, he went a little meshuggah. But for the time when he was only slightly meshuggah, he was a great mayor. Oh, you're shaking, except for cabaret.
No, he's nuts. I mean, I'm sorry. The man has taken leave of his senses, really. He really has. And, anyway, we don't have to.
I'm not saying I'm going to march.
Listen, I'm a lefty. I am a lefty. Yes. I am. And I am a Jew, a solid, right down the center Jew. I am so Jewish, I don't pass. My beautiful daughter, I want to tell you, my daughter is beautiful. My kids don't look like me, both of them gorgeous.
Well, you were pretty, I remember you back in the day. You're pretty hot. I mean, you're still.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the acknowledgement. Thank you. Good job.
My wife Dave's wife just handed me this just to show that we are, in fact, Jewish here.
Okay. So my daughter, the day Trump, I want to share this with you. It's very important to me. The day.
Sorry, we're just being a little evil here. This is more Seinfeldian than Jewish, but here we go. And of course pickles. And it's like a match game thing. And most of all, can't be. So I'm sorry. What about your gorgeous daughter? How about
my gorgeous daughter?
Yeah, let's see if she's a hottie.
The day Trump was elected, the day he won the election, the night after Biden lost, Trump won, my daughter went into the city. And she went into the subway and a man screams at her, "Another Jew." She says, you got that right, Bubs, and keeps walking. My daughter's tough as nails. He said, no more Jews in Trump's country. It's over in Trump's country. No more Jews. Okay, that's day one of his confirmed election. He sat and had lunch with fucking Kanye West, who's going DEFCON 3 on Jews. Okay, and his boyfriend, his Kanye's boyfriend, who's some kind of nut job, who's a known passionate anti-Semite. You can't vote for Trump because he has no morals.
Whoa. Are you forgetting that Trump was always in Israel's corner? Trump and Bibi were like this, as opposed to Obama and Bibi and Biden and Bibi. And I'm
purely transactional. And you must know that in the case of all these evangelical people, it's not about Jews. If all Jews died today,
they want the world to end, and then we all.
And then the Lord comes down and sends the Jews to hell. That's what it's real estate. It's all about real estate.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that Trump, he never understood why Jews would stay left, because they ended up being on the side of the people who say from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Trump could not understand this because for 4 years, even though a lot of people who vote for Trump and who are right-wing conservative are anti-Semitic, he was like, he was 120% in Israel's corner. And the Palestinians didn't fuck with Israel when Trump was in power, because the Arabs knew that the president of the United States was solidly in Israel's corner. Now I'm not so sure. That's what scares me. And that is why I've got the 5% that is wondering. And is hoping, really, really hoping that Trump drops out. They put in Nikki Haley, so it's more of a choice and it's not so horrible.
Well, Nikki's horrible too. She's
She's at least not insane.
Well, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Or Rubio, somebody who is against some of the things that we value on the left in terms of abortion, in terms of, I don't know, is abortion really the only real one, honestly?
Well, see, but abortion is more than just the ability to terminate a pregnancy. It is, do women have any rights to their body? One of the, the 521, Trump is working on a statement, a whole plan, and one of them is return to patriarchy. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. Okay. Return to patriarchy. You know what? I'm all set. Okay. No, thank you. Okay. That, honestly, all right. I won't even.
I mean, I'm an old white Jewish man. I kind of like patriarchy for obvious reasons.
Okay. Well, mazel tov. Good for you. You should be the king of your home, as it says in the book. Okay.
Yeah, this is.
I can't cook. My husband cooks. I watch basketball while he cooks. Okay, that's how it is.
Well, that's gender role differentiation in 2024. That's wonderful.
Yes, it is.
I am the rabbi. What are you talking? Of course, I'm the rabbi. What do you say? Am I turning into somebody else? Oh, I'm turning. Dave's wife is saying I'm kind of turning into me.
Could I see Dave's wife? Possibly. I'd like to say hello to her.
Oh, yeah. Hello to Deb Margolin, the playwright, the actress, the wife here. She is an associate professor. What? And I won't say where.
Could I see her? I'm not allowed to say hello to her?
Doesn't go on camera because this is a male-dominated show, and I do not allow her.
Okay, she knows better than that. She runs your life. She's the wind beneath your wings. This woman is smarter than you, I'm sure. And that's not saying much. That was a joke. Okay, that's a joke. That was a joke.
Notice the hostility that two Jews have.
No, there's no hostility. We love each other very much. There's no hostility.
Oh, that's sweet. Now, I was born hostile. And then two Jews got in the room. We were talking about the Holocaust in 2 minutes. This is what happened.
That's what happens. This is what I'm saying. And I can talk to you. I can disagree with you and still feel safe.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're a Jew. This is the thing.
I'm also 200 miles away. So if I wanted to strangle you, I couldn't. No.
Okay, talk about who's hostile. Who's hostile?
Me. Of course I'm hostile. But let me ask you a question, though. What is your proudest moment as a playwright / performer? I mean, obviously you love the play you're working on now, but is there a great, incredible, or something where you felt, oh, I nailed it, and this is changing the conversation. Was it the Madoff play or what? Or when? What was it? My wife is.
Very nice.
But
See,
she
your
was
wife won't go on camera because she doesn't want to be associated with you. That's fine. I understand. She teaches at a university. Listen, my son got married on Married at First Sight, and I was actually on that program. Okay, a Zachem Veh, I was on that program, and I was hoping no one from my university would know that. I mean, it was just a demented situation.
How would they not know? It's a national TV program.
No, but what scholar is going to acknowledge that they watch such a program? So we're on a faculty meeting and we're chatting and someone says, "Hey, I saw you on that program." Okay, that was bad. That was bad.
Well, that was your least proud. I actually asked for your most proud, your most nachas moment in terms of being a playwright and performer. That's
okay. I got it. It was when I performed my play 3 Seconds in the Key. And my son Bennett, 8 years old, 7 when we went into rehearsal, 8 when we went up, played my son. We played mother and son. I had lymphoma. I could not play basketball with him the way he wanted. So instead we watched basketball. And he knew all the names of the players and the rules and everything. I'm now a basketball freak because of this time we spent, instead of my being able to play, we watched together. And I told my little boy who's in 3rd grade or 2nd grade that I would make theater about this time together. And every day he'd come home from school, "Mommy, have you written the play? Have you written the play?" And then I did.
Yes.
And then we played mother and son, cuddled together watching the Knicks game in the middle of Madison Square Garden with there was a shot clock, there were the Knicks, you know, and one of the players from the New York Knicks came out of the TV and into the mother's life to try to remind her that she was a mother and needed to get herself back in her body and spirit and raise her kid. So that, to see my son learn to milk a laugh line. And in this play, you might have enjoyed it. This woman, the sick woman, is trying to teach this tall basketball player Yiddish. She's trying to teach him Yiddish. He's like, "This is all sounds very derogatory, mother." She's like, "Everything sounds derogatory in Yiddish," you know, and it's very funny. To hear him trying to pronounce these words.
Yeah. Can I ask you, are there anthologies of your work? Are there just Samuel French? How can people read the plays that you've done?
People can read 3 Seconds in the Key. It's published by Playscripts. People can read Time is the Mercy of Eternity, published by Samuel French. And there is a collection of solo pieces, by no means comprehensive, called Of All the Nerve, Deb Margolin Solo.
It is. Oh, you just.
It's a book. It's a book called Of All the Nerve, Deb Margolin Solo. There is
I apologize to you. I've been mispronouncing your last name for the past 45 minutes.
You have, and I was courteous enough to just let it go.
It's not Margolin, it's Margolin.
That's how my father pronounced it. I refused to change my name when I got married because I'm not doing that.
I apologize for that. But let me ask you about that the one play, the Madoff play, because getting back to the Holocaust, because it's been a couple of minutes since we've talked about the Holocaust. Is it true that you were almost sued by the most famous Holocaust survivor in history, Elie Wiesel? What was his? What, did you paint him in a bad way? Did he use a?
Did you see the play? He was treated with utmost respect. There was not, he called the play obscene and defamatory. There was nothing obscene. There was nothing defamatory about it. I sent him the script. Would I have sent him a script that was obscene and defamatory? Who would do that?
A Nazi.
The script was sacred. It was very respectful of him.
So what did he?
So he sent me this FedEx note saying that he would shut this play down wherever it tried to open. And Ari Roth from Theater J threw me under the bus, more or less, by telling Elie Wiesel that I would change the title, I would change the characters, I would rewrite the whole play, and I would send it to him for his assurance he found nothing actionable in it. And I told my agent, just pull the play, just pull it. That was this was a viral situation. It was argued about on NPR. It was written about in the Times countless times. And I finally did get the show up with the help of Victor Kovner, the brilliant pro bono attorney for whom Adolph Burley had been his mentor. It's the most incredible story. Anyway, that coming around.
Yeah. And you ended up making a character like Elie Wiesel.
Yeah, the dramaturgical changes were absolutely nugatory. There was no difference, except that he had a different name and he made his money by translating poetry as opposed to whatever Elie Wiesel did.
So let me ask, now that Elie Wiesel is in with the worms and the fishes, would you go back and rechange it? No, it's fine.
No, I'm fine. It's fine.
Wow, of all people and for all reasons.
It was so disappointing. And what's interesting is the angry letters I got from people on all sides of it. I got letters, how could you torment a man who's been through this? Those were a bunch of, then I got letters saying, good for you. You showed that the Holocaust is a fraud. Now that hurt like hell.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I will, we talk about seeing things from both sides. I will perhaps allow that maybe only 5,999,999 Jews died in the Holocaust, not the full 6 million. But, 1 or 2, it could have also been 6,000,001.
Give or take. That's the line in the play.
Is it really?
Yes, when what's his name? When Madoff is trying to, he starts the play off with this and he ends. How many Jews does it take to screw in a light bulb? I can't remember the punchline. I can't remember. I remember lesbians, he says at the beginning, 1, and it's not funny. Then at the end, he asks Solomon Galkin as he's leaving his house after not wanting to take, he doesn't want to take Solomon's money. He feels the sacredness of this man and does not want to take his money, but the man keeps insisting. Anyway, having tried to tell him the truth, and the other guy quotes from the Talmud, such is the punishment of a liar, even when he tells the truth, no one listens. And anyway, now they're leaving, they're parting ways. It's almost the end of the play. And he says, Saul, tell me, do you remember the punchline? It's driving me crazy. How many Jews does it take to screw in a light bulb? And Solomon says, oh, there's many answers. Look on the computer. You'll find something. My answer is 6,000,001. And Madoff says, I don't get that joke, Saul. I don't get that joke. And Solomon says, the 6 million are gone. The one who's left, he screws in the light bulb.
Whoa. A little bit of a goosebump moment right there. That's wow. I mean, I hope that play. Tell me, are your plays being done where, because a lot of you were in, so that makes it a little more difficult. But besides the one that's going up in Theater Row, are they being done in other small theaters and colleges?
They have been. The Madoff play went to 12 or 13 regional theaters. My work isn't done as much as it would because I'm just not in the boys' club. I'm just being real with you. I think I'd be much better known if I were male, if I were younger. A very powerful theater presenter loved my play Turquoise, which also deals with Jewish themes. All my plays are Jewish plays. So he said, your play is beautiful, but this powerful theater will never do it. I said, tell me why. You do me a favor. He said, because we have very, very few slots, and half of them go to people of color and the other half go to young people. Okay, people of color, that's reparative justice. But my play has no lines, wrinkles, cellulite. My play is just a play. You find my play beautiful and I'm too old, you won't do it. I've dedicated my life to educating young people in the theater. I've spent my whole life supporting young people in the theater. My students, many of them, are doing brilliantly well, and I'm so proud.
That's a mistake. As revenge, reparative justice, you should teach them to write shitty plays. Now, and then these big theaters won't want to put on these crappy plays by these young people. They say, let's find some 50, 60-year-olds. Let's put on their plays. Well, you don't think I can have trouble trying to get my when I did Shalom Damn It, An Evening with Me up in other places? Have you seen it, by the way? You should. You
I
must.
have not seen Shalom Dad.
Must. It's on. You can go on your Shalom Damn It, An Evening.
I'll look right at it.
I think you will. I honestly, I really do think you'll enjoy it.
I'm sure I will.
Yeah, but anyway, but in trying to find a place for that because I'm left, but obviously I'm not that far. Actually, this is left. I don't even know my left from my right. It might be your left, but it could be this. So and by the way, I thank you so much for being able to log in and join us in the neighborhood.
I was having terrible trouble. I'm so sorry it took me that long.
It's all right. You made it up to us by being so funny and so. Oh wait, we have a question from the gallery. That's very good. They said you logged on at a Jewish 10 o'clock. So
That's right. That's right. Jewish 10 o'clock.
Oh my God. But
listen, the play, it is sacred to me. It is a tribute to my father. When we got all the way through it, I wept for my father thoroughly and deeply. It's a tribute to my father. It's a look at history. It's sexy. Did I bring that up?
There's like a passionate affair in there somewhere.
That's right. It is caliente. It is sexy. That's Yiddish for sexy.
Is there female nudity?
That's for me to know and your audience to find out.
It's smart woman marketing right there. But it is a sexy play. It's called This Is Not a Time of Peace. And you can go to tickets. Yeah, sorry, what? Yeah.
410 West 42nd Street, right on the corner of 9th Avenue, Theater Row, Theater 2. Tickets, if you want tickets, go to newlighttheaterproject.com. New Light Theater Project, just type it in.
R-E or E-R? I hate that.
E-R.
E-R.
E-R. Right. The unpretentious way. E-R. Come see my play. I need you in the audience. It's hard to get audience nowadays. As a woman, here's one more thing I want to say. As a woman who's had 10 really radiant reviews in the New York Times, it's like I never did anything. As a woman, you're always starting again. Come see my play. Come see it. I need to sit with you in the theater. I'll hold hands with your audience if they come. They want to sit next to me.
Teresa Rebeck doesn't do that shit. Oh no, Deb Margolin does it.
Margolin.
Outlier. There's always gonna be one woman who's first it was Wendy Wasserstein, then she died. Oh, Broadway needs to find another one, and then they can say, oh, we do women's plays. All right, here's Teresa Rebeck. We'll do all her plays, no matter what they are. And make everybody else down by I'm kidding. I'm not really kidding, am I? Tina Howe had it for a while. She passed recently. So now it's down to, are you hoping for Teresa Rebeck to die so you have a shot? No, I'm kidding. No.
I love Teresa Rebeck. She's a nice person. And
Paula Vogel. Yeah. Actually, you should. Did you see Paula Vogel? The
Indecent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was good. That was yeah.
One of the people in my play now was in the Broadway Indecent.
Oh, who's in the cast of Time of Peace?
There's 3 Hebrew speakers there. We have Charlotte Cohn, who is Israeli, actually. We have Simon File, who speaks fluent Hebrew. I'm not quite, his wife is a Hebrew teacher. I don't know. We have a bunch of Jews, the directors, big Jew, the fight choreographers, they were all nattering away in Hebrew. We have Stephen Rattazzi. Stephen Rattazzi was in Indecent. He's an excellent actor. All these actors are excellent.
Wait, is he a Yid? He doesn't have a Yid name. Is he one of the tribe or?
No, he's not. He's not, but he might as well be.
Okay.
You know how that is.
Is he circumcised? This is what we want. All right.
I'll call him and ask. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, good. We need to do. I don't want to get a slap over that.
Okay, when are you coming to the show? I'd like to know.
Honestly, I would if I get to New York. Again, I'm not in New York. I'm all the way in Maryland here. So what?
It's not like you're in Lithuania.
Well, it's running until March 16th at the Theater Row Theater. So if I can get there in March, Dave, who is the producer of the show, I kind of rely on him to get me places. might know this.
We'll call Dave. You want me to call Dave? I'll call
On
Dave.
spring break. Yeah, actually, Dave would very much like you to maybe to talk to his writing. We'll talk about that.
I'd be very glad to do that.
Because
you tell Dave. Tell Dave to come. I get these people over here.
Now, let me ask you. I know we'll let you. We kept you quite a long time, but you teach. You're a professor of theater or chair or department.
Professor in the practice is my title.
So, what is the most important thing you teach your charges, if you will, about theater making?
I teach the theater of desire, the theater in which you accredit yourself with all the depth of humanity. And we go to the theater for the revelation of what's human. And insofar as you are human, you are enough. I teach a theater of desire, meaning do what you want, seek your deepest ideas. Do not be afraid of your deepest ideas. Seek them. I teach, as long as you leave the world, try to leave the world a better place than you found it. Honor yourself, honor other people. Do what you want. Do what you want. Theater of desire. I teach people to pay attention to their obsessions, to their passions, because if you tear them open, there is the neshama in there. There is the soul. And my main work is in getting rid of the inner critic that says, not funny, not interesting. It's what if my mother sees it? It's unoriginal. Listen, there's nothing original left to say. It's all been said before. What is there? There's only 5 things to say. I love you. I'm dying of love for you. I'd love to die for you, and God help us. That's it. There's nothing else. But your desire to say it is what makes it radically original. Look to yourself. This is what I teach. Get rid of the inner critic. And I have techniques for helping students do that.
It doesn't involve an X-Acto knife or anything like that.
No, there's no weapons. No.
Now, I will fully admit that my theater of desire does involve female nudity, but there's also passion, there's also belief, and I know I'm a rabbi. You don't have to remind me I'm a rabbi. Look at it. But anyway, we have just had...
Wait a minute. Could we talk about your payas here?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's enough said. Okay.
When I go to the board of the synagogue and they want me to do more stuff for free, I said, no, please pay us. But anyway, don't even.
Okay. Why is it? Do you speak Hebrew or what?
No, not really. Why? Or even Yiddish. Why? What?
Because I was going to tell you a joke that I made up that had Hebrew in it, but
I might not.
Well, maybe someone in your audience might enjoy it. Why is it like living on credit if a man first procures a house and later becomes religious? Why is it like living on credit if a man first procures a house and later becomes religious? Because it's buy it now and pay us later. Okay, buy it is house in Hebrew.
Wait, hold it. Thank you.
Okay, and here's another one. Do you know any Latin?
I did get that one. Houses by. I did know those.
Do you know any Latin?
Pig Latin, maybe, or try it. Go ahead. You're a professor. Do it.
Hey, wait. Hey, did you hear about the Latin scholar who yelled at her husband when he interrupted her in the middle of the 500-yard dash for people with fat posteriors? She told him not to bother her in medias res.
In medias res in the middle of that.
Okay.
Right. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's a good joke. That's good. I made it up in high school. Yeah. I think that's a good joke.
I do too. No, it's funny. The gallery is laughing there.
Okay.
Right. Oh boy. So we have been talking with the
Listen.
Really funny. What? Yes.
Thank you for the pleasure of your company.
It has been the pleasure, really, the desire, the passion has been all mine in talking to Deb Margolin. Remember to go see her at. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Are you in this time? No, you just wrote it. But this is not a time of peace. When is opening night? Because you already started.
It just happened last night, and it was.
With Mazel McGlick.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did the Times set a critic to this one? Will they?
Not yet. I'm going to get them there.
I know. Oh! I was just going to let you go, and then I just noticed that thing woke up. What is that? And it's got
That is M's a puppy.
What
She's a lochin.
Oh my God, I'm in love with this thing. What's her name?
Her name is Emma.
Emma. Oh, hello, Emma. Shalom to you.
Shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Here I was falling in love with you, and now I'm falling in love with the dog. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. DEB MARGOLIN.
The dog, I want to see it.
Wait, she just put the dog down. But everybody, pick up your phones and get your tickets to, what was it? New Light.
New Light Theater Project. One word.
TotalTheaterProject.com.
New Light Theater Project. I forget if it's org or com, but you'll get there.
You can find it. And the name of it is This Is Not a Time of Peace. It's at the Theater Row 2 Theater in the big Theater Row complex, 410 West 42nd Street. If you've ever had a complex, somebody wrote a comment here. I am so happy that today I was able to get your sound from the rabbi. There's a person who listens, actually you'll hate this, she's a theater critic, who listens to the show every week, and but has issues because sometimes we have sound issues.
Oh, she got the sound, and she got me. Sorry, man.
Yeah. Oh, she got you just listening through the window, and me too, because I know, I'm sorry, that was obnoxious. I should have let you go. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Oh. I have something on Yom Kippur to report to God.
No, listen.
I didn't mean
Thank
it.
you.
You're lovely. We love you. We love hopefully your play. I'm sure it sounds wonderful, actually.
It really is tender. It's a tribute to my father. He was a wonderful man.
And you seem like a pretty wonderful lady yourself. DEB MARGOLIN in the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Shabbos.
The Shabbos. All right, just a minute, Emma. I got to go because I'm famous and everything.
Well, we try. And maybe this will get you more productions of your plays, which is what it's really all about.
Of course. I've had so many honors in my life. You know, I just want to tikkun olam. That's what I'm into, really.
To heal the world. I more world to heal, and I don't even know what the hell that means.
No, I understand. When you see the play, I think it will speak to you in that way. All the love to you and your listeners. See you, Matt. Bye.
Bye, DEB MARGOLIN. Thank you.
Bye.
And have a one. Oh, there she goes. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, DEB MARGOLIN in the neighborhood talking about her play, This Is Not a Time of Peace, which you can see on Theater Row, which is running through March 16th, which you have to go see because she's obviously really funny and brilliant. And I think that's what the. I was wondering what this thing was. It's the straw in my beverage. Anywho, we have, oh my God, it's 10 to noon Eastern time in the neighborhood. Oh, I know, I know. I have the gravel in my voice. Just because I'm not cursing at the moment. I'm still the rabbi. I'm still Rabbi Sol Solomon. You can find out more about me by going to my website, shalomdammit.com. I mentioned to DEB MARGOLIN that she can watch my play, Shalom Damn It, An Evening with Me, by going either on YouTube or going to shalomdammit.com. Please do that. You can see my rabbinical reflections, my macaroons, my cheesecake isn't Jewish. What the hell? This is. Oh, yeah. This will make you cry, your beloved country, my friends. And coming up not too far from now, home and Tashin time. So anyway, absolutely, we thank so much for the wonderful, delightful DEB MARGOLIN. Go see her play. Watch and read my stuff at shalomdammit.com. We're going to bring David back into the neighborhood to do a bit more of the Dave's Gone By, Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the Stream.